Lesson 5.3 is going to be about properties of multiplication and addition. When we talk about properties, we really mean what are the things that we can do in these situations involving multiplication and addition. And so there's a variety of different tricks that we can do in these situations. The first thing I want to talk about is this symbol right here. You've seen it before. It's just an equal sign. So when you see an equal sign, just understand that that means whatever is on the left-hand side is the same amount as the right-hand side. So very simply, if we say 2 equals 2, that makes sense, right? Because 2 is the same as 2. But what we'll start seeing more and more frequently is more complicated variables and numbers on each side of this. So if I say that 2 equals a, well, then we can say that a is 2 because there's no other number that could be there that would make that equal symbol make sense. And in the future, probably not in grade 6, but you'll start seeing even more complicated things like a plus 2 divided by 3 equals 7. And so we won't get into something like this, but just understand that all it means is whatever is on the left side is the same as the right side, even if it doesn't look like it. So if 7 is on one side of an equal sign, all of this must also mean or be equal to 7. It's just, it looks very different. So that's an equal symbol. The next thing I want to talk about are equivalent expressions. So when we talk about an equivalent expression, we just mean that if we have an expression such as 4 plus x, which would be an algebraic expression because x is a variable. An equivalent expression, equivalent just means same, right? It comes from that word equal. So an equivalent expression could be x plus 4. When I move the x to the other side and the 4 to the other side, it will not change whatever the answer is. Because when we move those numbers around, it does not change the answer. Okay, much in the same way as you would think 2 plus 3, if I move those numbers around where 3 is at the beginning, both of these still are equivalent because they are 5 in their answer. Okay, so what that means is we can create equivalent expressions by moving some things around, or later on we'll see that we can add some parentheses, and that's what we'll get into now. So the first thing I want to talk about after equivalent expressions is an idea called commutative property. So the commutative property was exactly what I just mentioned. And there are two types of commutative properties. The first one is the commutative property of addition. So if I have 8 plus 2 plus 3, commutative property means that I can move the numbers around and it won't change what the answer is. So this is exactly the same as what I mentioned a minute ago. So if I move any of these numbers around, if I put 8 at the end and 2 at the beginning and 3 in the middle, the answer will be the same, right? This would be 13 and this would be 13. So the commutative property of addition says that I can, when we are adding, I can move numbers to different locations. Okay, so that's a property. That's a rule or something that we're able to do. Okay, so moving numbers around, but only when we are adding. Okay, so that's called the commutative property of addition. There is also another property, commutative property of multiplication. And that, I'm using the little dot symbol for multiplication. That is the same thing. That just says that when we are multiplying, 2 times 3, it means I also can move these numbers around. I can change their location and the answer will be the same. Okay? And so whenever you look at, or whenever you hear or read the word commutative, you can think of commute. And commute just means to move, right? If I say I'm commuting to work in my car, Mr. Carlson drawing a car. If I say I'm commuting to work, that means I am moving my vehicle to work, or I am traveling, I'm moving myself to work. And so that's all that's saying, is I can move these numbers around when I am multiplying. So that takes care of this idea of commutative properties in math. Now let's talk about associative properties. Associative involves parentheses. Which I'm going to add to the word parenthesis there. So parentheses are these little brackets, these two little half circles. So the associative property in math also applies to addition and multiplication. And what that says is that if I have some parentheses, let's say I have 2 plus 3 plus 7, associative property says if I add some parentheses, right, to the 2 and the 3, whatever the answer is there will be the same if I move the parentheses to another set of numbers. So let's say I want to put the parentheses around 3 and 7 instead. We ask ourselves, are we going to get the same answer? Using order of operations, right, PEMDAS, I'm going to have to look at parentheses first. I do the math inside the parentheses first. So 2 plus 3 is 5. And then 5 plus 7 will give us 12. Down here, I would do the inside the parentheses first because of order of operations. So 3 plus 7 is 10, then plus 2. 10 plus 2 is also 12. So associative property says that when I am adding or multiplying, I can move parentheses around different numbers, and that is okay. That is a property of multiplication that I am allowed to do because it does not change the outcome or the answer to the problem. Okay, and it's the same as commutative property. If I change these to multiplication, let's grab the pen. 2 times 3 and then all of that times 7, 3 times 7, all of that times 2. So inside parentheses first, 2 times 3 gives me 6. 6 times 7 gives me 42. If I go to the bottom, inside parentheses first, 3 times 7 is 21. 21 times 2 is also 42. Okay, so commutative property, again, I can move parentheses around different numbers, and as long as I'm multiplying or adding, right, multiplying or adding, I'm allowed to change the location of those parentheses. So those are the two types of properties we're learning about in lesson 4.3. Okay. And then the last thing just to be aware of is you can do both at the same time. Okay. You can both, you can do commutative property and then associative property in the same math problem. So let's say I have 3 plus 2 plus 9, and I throw in some parentheses. If I want to use commutative property first and move the numbers around, let's say I mix them up however I want, I commute the numbers, I move them. Okay. And then let's say I also want to use associative property and change the location of the parentheses. Okay, both of these will be the same answer. Okay, 3 plus 2 plus 9, 14. 3 plus 2 plus 9, 14. So the last thing I just want to mention is that you can do a combination of both of these properties at the same time. Actually, that's not the last thing I want to mention. I want to mention real quickly a couple of rules with when we're working with 0. So when we have 0 in an expression where we are adding or multiplying, this is called the addition property of 0 here. So the addition property of 0. And essentially all this means is that whenever you're adding 0 to some number, the answer will always be that number. Okay, that's something that you obviously know. It's very basic math, but what we call that is the addition property of 0. It's what we are allowed to understand about 0. And then the other one, which again you probably are aware of, but let's give it a name, let's give it a term. Whenever we are multiplying with a 0 or 1, we call these the multiplication property or properties of 0 and 1. Again, it's just the rule that we, the rule or the kind of the formula to understand. So all this means is that when you have any number a times 0, the answer is always 0. And when you have any number times 1, the answer is always that number that you are multiplying 1 by. Okay, so this is 5.3. It's a lot of terminology and maybe a little overwhelming with all of these words. I would say focus on these two understanding the name of the addition property of 0, understanding the multiplication properties of 0 and 1. And then the last thing, just understanding that commute means to move the numbers when you are multiplying or adding. And then associative is you can move the parentheses whenever you are multiplying or adding, okay? So don't get confused with division and subtraction. These rules don't apply. This is only for multiplication and addition.